Have you ever wondered where the immense power of Iran's supreme leader actually comes from? Well, today we're going to cut right through all the complexity to find the answer. We're going to break down the very source of this authority to really understand how it's defined and what it all means. It all starts with this single, really powerful concept: ultimate authority. Think of it as the absolute final word on all matters of the state. And this isn't just about having influence. We're talking about comprehensive and definitive control. So, what does this ultimate authority actually cover? Well, first up, you have the military. This means complete command over every single branch of the armed forces, from deciding when to deploy troops to handpicking the top generals. It's the state's physical power, basically. And it doesn't stop there. Next, that authority extends over the entire judiciary. Now, this isn't just about nudging a court in a certain direction. This is about shaping the law itself. Just imagine having the power to appoint the highest judges and guide the whole legal philosophy of a country. And the third pillar? It's the political system itself. This is probably the broadest area of control, covering literally everything from setting government policy to vetting who can even run for office in the first place. It's all about making sure the entire political landscape aligns with a single vision. And here, you can see how it all comes together. This isn't just an interpretation, this is the formal definition. The role of the supreme leader is officially defined by having that ultimate authority over these three critical areas: the military, the judiciary, and the political system. Okay, so with that definition locked in, let's break it down even further. We're going to dive into each of these three pillars of power to really understand what this authority looks like in the real world. So we'll kick things off with military control, then we'll jump over to judicial oversight, and finally, we'll tackle political supremacy. You'll get to see how each piece builds on the others to create this incredible foundation of power. All right, Pillar 1, military control. This is probably the most visible expression of state power, right? It means command over national defense, security operations, and the ability to project force way beyond the country's borders. It's what you might call the hard power of the supreme leader. The second pillar is judicial oversight, which is, at its core, control over the rule of law itself. This authority allows the supreme leader to appoint the top judges and ensure the entire legal system reflects the state's core principles. It shapes the very structure of society. And finally, we have political supremacy. This is the most far-reaching pillar of them all. It involves steering the government, influencing elections, and having the final say on all major state policies. It's what ensures the entire political machine moves in one unified direction. So, we've just seen the incredible scope of this power. It touches the military, the courts, the whole political system. But that just begs a huge question, doesn't it? Where does all of this authority legally come from? Is it just assumed, or is it actually written down somewhere? Well, the answer isn't some big secret. This immense power is explicitly spelled out, clear as day, in the nation's most important legal document, its Constitution. And here it is. The entire legal foundation for all this power. It boils down to this one crucial sentence from the Iranian Constitution. The leader determines the general policies of the Islamic Republic. Think about how broad that is. It's a sweeping mandate that serves as the bedrock for everything we've been talking about. Okay, so let's put it all together. How does that single constitutional phrase translate into such a sovereign, all-encompassing role? Let's connect the dots from the text on the page to the reality of the power structure. So here it is, a simple two-step process. Step 1. The Constitution grants the power to set general policies. That's the mandate. Step 2. That broad mandate becomes the legal justification for having ultimate authority over the military, judiciary, and political system. They basically become the tools needed to carry out those policies. And that brings us to our final thought. We've seen the source and we've seen the scope of this authority, all stemming from one constitutional clause. It leaves us with a pretty profound question to consider. How does the power to simply set general policies ultimately shape the entire destiny of a nation?